Hi everyone, this is Lee McMahon. I'm a currency strategist here at globalfxclub.com. It's Friday, July 19th, and this is the daily moving average video. We are about 40 minutes before the U.S. Markets open here on Friday morning. We have had actually some pretty good movement this morning on the back of some headlines out of Japan regarding them scrapping interest rate restrictions and stuff like that. Risk has reacted very well to that. Aussie and Kiwi pretty well bid. So we're going to take a look at that and then see what we can expect for the rest of the week. Or, sorry, for next week. All right, so please take a moment to pause the recording, read the risk disclaimer, which should now be on your screen. And then we'll get started. All right. All right, so we're going to start with dollar CAD, actually. We just had some Canadian data release as well. CPI numbers out of Canada. Core CPI came in as expected at negative 0.2%, but the non-core CPI was slightly softer than expected, coming in flat against a 0.2% increase expected. So as a result, we did see a little spike higher in dollar CAD, but so far it's nothing to write home about. We're going to redraw a little bit here. Dollar CAD right now, the key support level I think is clearly this 103.60 area. Actually, we can even extend that out further. All right. You can see 103.60 has been really important. And on the top side, it's 104.40. All right, so we have a very nice range going on here. We'll see exactly how that plays out. I don't know if we'll see a break today, considering that the CPI numbers aren't going to fuel any sort of significant CAD buying. I think we may not see a break today. That may have to wait for next week. We may see a move back up towards this 140.20 level. That's a 200-hour EMA. Today, as markets sort of digest a little bit, if we do see a little bit of risk off. Which right now does not seem to be the case, but if we do see that, that's where we'll be looking. Either way, for next week, the strategy will be the same. Wait for a breakout of this range above 104.40 or below 103.60 for a nice 80 pip move in either direction. All right, that would be the measure move of that range break. Speaking of risk, let's take a quick look at E-minis. All right, right now we're about 1/10 of 1% lower going into the day. Still pretty well supported here above 1670. All right, we have trading right on this 50-hour EMA. And should that fail, the 100-hour EMA has also been supportive. All right. So watching these two levels on the daily chart, this is what we do have to be aware of. All right, we did make a new high, 1685, but we're still here easily in double top range. If we start to roll over here, it's really going to be below this area that the trouble will start. All right, that's around 1665 or so. Below there, we could start to see a little bit of a pullback, but as long as we stay above there and go sideways, you would think it would turn into a flag for an opportunity to break above 1700. Dollar yen traded pretty violently last night as the Nikkei had a brief and dramatic sell-off. All right, here's the hourly chart. So we broke out here. We retested here. We rallied up to just above 100.80 before falling back lower to retest the new 50% fib and to retest this breakout point in significant moving averages. We rallied from there. We haven't quite managed to make it above 100.40. I still am biased long dollar yen. I still do expect us to see new highs. New highs above 101.50. First, we will need to clear these previous highs around 180. Above there, I would look for a move towards these 101.50 highs, and then from there we'll kind of have to see. A move here back below this supporting trend line, 99.65, would invalidate and open up the door for some further downside. All right, euro dollar sort of trading here in this sideways chop. All right, I still do expect euro to move up towards 133. We do need to get above 130, 140. and then 131.80 to open up those 133 targets, but I do still anticipate a move towards 133 sometime next week. So watch these range for a break to the upside, and then again watch this level for another possible breakout higher. Pound dollar. All right, so we broke out of this range here. It's kind of been sloppy though. We dipped back into it twice. Sort of a slow grind higher. 152 is still support. Then we also have the supporting trend line here. Resistance is really right around this level right here. That's 152.94 on the 4-hour chart of pound dollar. All right, I still do expect this this sort of a double bottom forming. We're above some of the significant 4-hour moving average resistances. I do think we could see a move up towards 154, 154.50 before we start to roll over and head lower. But it sort of needs to get going a little bit here on the hourly chart. This slow grind higher makes me a little bit nervous for a sudden sharp reversal. So keep an eye on that next week. Watch that 152 support area, and then if we do rally up another 110 pips or so, start to look for some shorting opportunities. Aussie dollar, like I said, broke out higher. Redraw this fib. Nice test of a 50% fib here on a pullback. Now we're starting to get a little aggressive higher. All right, we broke back above these hourly moving averages here. I would not be surprised to see a retest of these 93 highs, and then from there we'll kind of have to see what the pair is going to do. If we look at the 4-hour chart, all right, we still have this 200 period EMA here. That's at 93.24. If we do rally up to test that level, I would expect that resistance to hold at least on the first test, perhaps creating a little bit of a pullback. And then at 94.50 is when we start to see the significant daily moving averages come into play. All right, so rally up towards 94.50 touches the 50-day EMA, and then above there, it's a good ways higher till the 100 and 200. Again, Aussie, this sell-off has been fairly significant. We have started to sort of consolidate a little bit. If we could see it pop higher to help sort of catch those moving averages up, we could be opening the door up for another strong move lower. But in the short term, I am expecting to see some more strength from the Aussie, or at least some neutral movement from the Aussie around basically between 91.40 and 93.30 or so. So that's the range to keep an eye on Aussie. Dips back down towards 91.80. Could be an interesting low risk buying opportunity early next week. Last but not least, Kiwi dollar. Light breakout here today. I call it a light breakout because this to me is not an overly significant trend line. If we did break it, we are testing the 50-day EMA right now. If we do fall back towards 79, that could again be a low risk buying opportunity. On the other hand, I continued rally targets 80.82, that's the 100-day EMA, and then above there is 81.46, the 200-day EMA. All right, I hope that's helpful. Enjoy your weekend, everyone. Good luck. I think next week we could see some interesting opportunities here in the Forex market. So good luck trading the rest of today, and good luck trading next week. I'll talk to you soon.